Real Nerds is a proud partner of the Denver Podcast Network. In the shadow of the mountains,
we speak.
Do you remember where you were when we elected a Sasquatch president?
How about when you learned Ben Franklin was a robot?
Or first heard Stalin's mixtape?
I'm Zach Powers.
I'm Brian Flynn, and we host The Revisionists.
Each episode, one person explains real history and another tells an alternate version.
And the winner becomes the truth. We let comics from Denver and around the country run wild through history.
It's an in-depth look at history, but with more Babadooks.
Check out The Revisionists, available every other Saturday.
Wherever you get podcasts and at revisionistpodcast.com.
Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
I'm Andre Gower.
And I'm Ryan Lambert.
And you're listening to
Real Nerds Podcast.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Comic-Con 2018 and beyond. I am Ryan. With me is
Zach
and
Brad.
And we're welcoming back our guest,
Corinne.
Yay, Corinne! What's up?
What's up, guys?
You know, me and you saw each other in our natural habitats.
Habitats? What are we, animals?
Yes, when we work, we are.
Yeah.
You were covering an event in Idaho Springs, and I was following the people picking up the donkey shit. Well, I told the chief was, I don't know if you saw me, he was running around on his bike as bike cop.
I did.
And doing a great job. But I was watching it, and there's a bunch of kids like picking up the donkey crap in the street.
Oh, and that weird-ass looking costume?
Yes. The prospector
scary,
or
dude.
something. And
He looked like a
so I
rag.
decided to get behind him and like keep my backlights on so people didn't run over the children. That's my contribution to the burro races. Did you stay for the whole thing?
No.
No.
We had other things to do.
I don't even know where the burro... It like went up Virginia Canyon or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Once it leaves the city, I don't care. And then they ended at the Elks Club,
Yep.
and then they had a bunch of donkeys where everyone could pet them.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. And then they had another parade last week, too, for Memorial Day. So we have a parade almost every week in the summer at Idaho Springs, I think.
Really?
No, I made that up, but it seems like it.
I was just thinking,
we have like Dynamite Days coming up soon.
I was just thinking for low-level like offenders, like traffic tickets and stuff like that, instead of paying a fine, make them pick up donkey shit for a day.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Community service.
No nose plug.
You don't have to stop the show.
We don't know what you're doing.
I'm
Brad's
trying
just,
to
like,
covertly
stealing-
fix this.
Oh, so that's the one I
Zach's
used last
mic.
week. It's canted a little bit to the left.
Canted. Is that a scientific term?
No.
Podcaster term?
That is when you hold a weapon, you cant it a little bit.
Oh, so it's police talk.
It is police talk. Yes. So anyways, on Real Nerds Podcast, every week we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience. Wasn't that great podcasting we just did?
Yeah.
Of trying to fix the mic, and everyone is so enthralled. In fact, people are so enthralled with Real Nerds Podcast. Before I get to the movie we saw, which was Ocean's 8, we'll talk about the movie and spoil it. And just so you know, we'll say if you should see it, play the trailer, then spoil it. And it's a caper movie, so you should probably not listen to the spoilers because
True.
There are spoilers.
there are spoilers. That's the movie. But Denver Comic-Con is next week. It is June 15th through the 17th at Denver Convention Center. We will be there. We will have a booth, and our booth number is 105. And we are right by the front doors. We are also by the Monster Squad. So I will get them to be on this show. Oh, yes. They will be on this show. Actually, he's really nice. I do have a great... I met him before. Andre Gower's a lead actor in Monster Squad, and he was doing a 25th anniversary at Alamo, and he was really nice. And so I'm hoping he'll never remember me, and I'll be like, hey, man, we were,
What if he
on a
does
Twitter
remember
picture
you?
together. That'd be awesome. because I've already had that experience this year, and it made my world. Did I tell you my Joe Kelly story? Did you hear it on the podcast?
Probably. Is that the one that
The
I Kill Giants
guy, and he's
yeah.
like, "Hey, I know you, Ryan." I was like, "Oh my god, I've only been to like 5 of the things." But see, I made
Making
an
him
impact, and that's what matters. Go ahead.
It's
Zach.
going to be even more extreme, though. Andre Gower's going to be like, "No, Ryan, I'm your biggest fan."
Yes. And then I'm just gonna play the Monster Squad theme next to him, and I want it to perk their like interest. Like, oh my gosh, is there a soundtrack? There has to be a soundtrack for the Monster Squad.
I've never seen.
Oh,
one
there's
of
a
those.
vinyl of it actually.
There is a vinyl. Mondo just put it out.
Yep.
Because it is a favorite of Draft House. I do know that. Anyways, if you want to see us at the con, we will be at booth 105 as soon as you come in. We're right by Celebrity Summit, right by Warner Brothers and Sony. We have a really great booth. So come in, sign up. We'll have a sign-up sheet. So 15-minute interviews. You're welcome to talk on our show about anything you want. We'll be there. And if you have something you want to sell, promote, we'll do that too. But on top of that, I'm going to release our schedule for panels. I hardly ever do this because they might get canceled. But here's what the Real Nerds are going to be doing panel-wise. On Friday, from 1 to 1:50, I will be hosting a panel of I Am Alfonso Jones, the book that should change graphic novels forever. Sorry, it's really small writing. And then from 2 to 2:50, so I'm going to have to literally run across the the convention hall. Writing comics for all kids. You can find that at the Happy Harbor Room. From 4 to 4:50, Action Adventure Comics Creators is going to be in the Happy Harbor Room as well. I will be there as well. Saturday at 12:30, I'll be doing the Bonnie Wright Spotlight Q&A, which is, of course, she's from Harry Potter.
What's Harry Potter?
1:30 to 2:15, I think is going to be James, and it's going to be the Dragon Ball family reunion. And that's going to be at the Night Links stage, which is the main event stage. At 2 o'clock, I will be at the Junis, how do you pronounce his last name? Sotomayor?
I'm gonna say Shawanis Sotamo.
Jonas?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Jonas.
I wonder if it's like those weird silent J's or something.
I'll see him in a previous interview, and I'll just
Jonas?
ape off of that. But I'll be in the Metropolis room for that one. And then at 3:30, the Power Rangers, Jason David Frank and Amy Jo Johnson will be at the Nightlink stage. I'll be at that one as well. And then at 5 o'clock, I'll be closing that night with Jason Lewis. He'll be at the Metropolis room as well. My wife told me he's in Sex and the City, so she's prepared a question for me to ask him from Sex and the City. On Sunday from 1 to 1:50, you can find all of us doing some version of our podcast with audience participation required and needed because, as you can tell, we're not that exciting on our own. And so we'll be in room 505, 506 on that, or is it 502, 503?
505, 506.
505, 506.
Why do they have two? I guess it's because they
open it
split
up.
But they should just call it one or the other.
Yeah. And then right after that, I'll be doing Sci-Fi Comics right next door in the comics room 502, 503. At 3 o'clock, our buddy here, Zach, will be the KJ Appa Spotlight Q&A, of course, from Riverdale.
Plays Archie. Yeah.
And then I'll be ending the night with Kristen Nairn from Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
So
Who does she play on that?
that's Hodor, so it's a dude who also is also
Sorry.
the #1 house DJ in London, and he does Rave of Thrones. I was reading about him.
To be fair, I've never heard his name spoken aloud.
Yeah,
I've only ever read it, so
You should bring him 2 songs to remix.
I should. The Lollipop
you could
Guild.
remix your intro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you should. So so it'd be fun. I have obviously I've watched Game of Thrones, but I think it's more interesting that he produces music, and should be good times. So we'll be busy.
Yep.
I'll be busy.
Yeah.
You better prepare, motherfucker.
I am. We'll talk.
Don't
about
you
it.
don't you embarrass our brand. I do that well enough for all of us.
Okay. Just
right.
Just imagine everyone in their underwear. Oh my god. I'm just the one who forgot his clothes. Run off the stage. That's the end of the panel.
And the end of your stand-up career.
Yeah, I know. I never had one.
I know. Zach, you need to get yourself a writer.
I do.
All right?
Does a dog count as a writer?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll hire my dog.
Corinne, what have you been up to since we last saw you?
just working.
Yeah?
Nothing really exciting.
No? What's your
Hiking.
favorite story you've written lately?
I don't know. Don't ask me that.
I did, so you have to answer it.
It's like asking about your favorite child.
I have my favorite child, Kellen. He's my favorite child.
What's your favorite collar?
I did get to cover this Star Wars themed laser tag event at the Columbine Library a
Awesome.
couple weeks ago.
That sounds fun.
And I was such a giant nerd. I went up and I wrote this like Star Wars style like title crawl kind of thing for it, like to intro the story. I even looked up how many dots there are in the ellipses after like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
3 paragraphs.
Yeah. So that was me
Nice.
being a giant nerd.
Nice. Isn't
There
it
you
fun
go.
being a nerd?
Oh yeah.
I love it. I really do. I think I'm the only person. So lately I've been trying to organize my comic books because I have so many that, I look at them. I'm like, I want to read some of my old stuff. But then I have to like maneuver around them. So I'm pretty sure I'm the only person where I'm trying to organize them and I just make it look worse. So right now I'm trying to keep all my Spider-Mans in this same area. And it's not working out very well for me because I have so many random issues. It's a pain in the ass.
I did write a story today that was kind of similar, that they had this Jedi camp in Evergreen last week where they were teaching kids how to duel with lightsabers.
Nice. Wait,
And
where were those camps when I was a kid?
I don't know, Ryan. Sorry.
For
but
shame.
I used the title, my suggested title was Jedi Steps. And I was like, I wonder if anybody's going to get that reference. They probably won't. It's a title track on The Force Awakens.
Yes. Good job.
Okay.
So,
That's
so
me
does your
nerding out.
does your editor pick the titles, or do you write
sometimes.
them? And he's like,
I
that's
suggest them.
garbage. Give me something else.
Yeah, sometimes. But more often than not, they let me run with whatever. I know there was one 2 summers ago that it was like a wildfire educational event that they had where they also brought in this lady to talk about like bees and like ecology of bees. And so my suggested headline, and I can't believe they let me use it, was learning about the burns and the bees.
Yes, that's ingenious. And that's why you're a writer and I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, wildfire, bad, with an exclamation point.
And that's why you're a cop.
That's right. I don't have to be smart. Brad, what have you been up to?
Been busy getting ready for the Comic-Con, so getting our booth together and everything. But probably the most anxiety I've had in a long time was last week when I was trying to buy those San Diego Comic-Con Ninja Turtles
Did you get
NECA
them?
figures. I did.
Yes! They sold out in 1 minute in one day.
Every day.
Holy shit, how'd you
Yeah.
get them then?
I was really fast on the second day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the first day, it sucks. I understand, like, a lot of people are really pissed. And sort of rightfully so, but at the same time, like, it's amazing that we even get these figures at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know, yeah.
No.
So NECA, like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie, they made these quarter scale, like they're, 16 inches or something
Yeah,
tall.
I heard people are pissed about the Donatello one.
The large one?
Yeah, it's coming out.
No, they're all out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pissed about so they shrunk them down to 7 inches. But because of Playmates, the company owns the original toy license to make and distribute. So NECA was able to make these large ones and sell them in stores, but anything 7 inches, they have to make an exclusive, and so they can only make 5,000 of them. And they made an extra 2,000 because they paired it with this diorama of like a brick wall in like the New York skyline. So there's only 7,000 of them, and there will be probably 2,000 at San Diego Comic-Con. So that leaves like 3,000 online to get. So yeah, there's only 3 days you could do it, and each day sold out in under a minute. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's not uncommon, though. I mean, a lot of times with movies, Twilight Time has limited editions, and even Scream Factory, they can only make so many before, because they license the movies. Like, they license the characters, and they say, no, you can make this many. After that, no more.
And the thing that sucks is like what people ever says, because if you haven't shopped at NECA before, which I hadn't in a while, you add to cart, you go to your thing, you enter all your information, you hit place order, and it says sold out. So it doesn't hold it. So you have to just be the fastest one to get to the end. And, as soon as you do jump on it, it says, like, you're waiting, it's generating your place in line. And then you get to the shipping options. Then it, like, cycles and tries to pick, your shipping options available to you. And like I got through it fast because I was like, I'll take whatever shipping you can give me. And like I put everything in autofill. I had the credit card number, like CVV number, copied and pasted already. So I just had to hit paste as soon as I selected the window, and like just blindly, like I did in like 3 seconds.
Wow.
Whereas the first day I was like, oh, it's in my cart. Let's see what shipping should I pick. Yeah, and obviously by the time I got checked out, it was so. And then I tried to do it again the third day, but I was like, I should really let someone else get a.
So now the question is, are you going to set it up? Or are you going to leave it in the
on
boxes?
display? I mean, when I finally get my own place again, I'll put it on display.
Display, because I was just curious.
I have the large ones right now, and I haven't taken them out of the box yet. Yeah. So.
Nice.
But these are much more manageable.
Nice.
And they're amazing. Like they're even more articulate and.
No, it's a sweet get up.
But yeah, that was 3 days of just like. I hope I get these.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, perseverance pays off. It's like that poster with the kitty hanging on a branch.
Hang in there.
Yep.
They limit it to 2 per person, and so the other frustration is like eBay scalpers and people
it's always a problem.
Buying one and then selling the other one for like $900 on eBay right now.
If people wouldn't buy them.
I know.
Just like I didn't get an NES Classic. They come out at the end of the month, so hopefully I'll be able to get one then.
I know.
I've seen the Super Nintendos around lately, so Nintendo fixed it. Zach, what have you been up to? First thing we're going to do on Realtor... I'm just kidding. What have you been up to?
No, really not much. Just getting getting that grid for the booth ready. So the whole week has been spray paint some stuff, go to work, come back home, try to get a little done for 30 minutes before the light goes away. And then yesterday was 11. I started at 6 a.m. and didn't leave the backyard with Brad except for getting Home Depot stuff until 9 p.m. So
that's a long day.
Home Depot?
The Home Depot, yes.
But
it paid off. That thing looks pretty awesome. So
does it?
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
That's good. When you have a background too behind it when it's black, it'll look good.
No, I'm just worried about like it's not totally secure. Like,
what do you mean secure?
Like when you put all the poles together, there's no screws holding them in place. It's just the paint.
But it locks, right? Are you talking about the
canopy?
Yeah.
That holds it up is fine because it's machined, but we're using PVC pipe and zip ties to hold all that to it.
Hold what to it?
The grid.
The pipe that we put together.
To get the banner up there.
Yeah.
That'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It doesn't weigh that much. How much weight can you... And it's spread out?
Yeah.
PVC
displaced.
Pipe, the PVC pipe is stronger than the banner we're putting on. So.
Just if anyone at the con asks, how it's being held together, just say it screws. It's screwed together.
Okay. It'll be all right, Brad.
Yeah.
I promise. If it falls on somebody...
run.
No. Just say, what'd you hit it for? What'd you hit it for?
Yeah, but I got some more stuff for you to
send
paint.
him on the way.
Huh?
Give him a t-shirt and send him on the way. So, yep, that's what we're up to. See us at Denver Comic Con. We'll be busy, and we'll have fun. And make sure you come and talk to us. We'd love to hear what people have to say. Henry called in. Here's Henry's Art House Asshole for the week.
Welcome to the Henry Jarvis Review Show. It will only take around a minute and a half, so if you have no interest, just hit fast forward twice. What's up, nerds? Henry giving you an update on Art House Asshole. This week, I want Still Walking in my preparation for Shoplifters from Koreeda, which won, Shoplifters won the con this year. This one did not. This is from 2008, but it's another one of his films that I'm equally excited for, or was excited for. Now I've seen it, and it's good. It is a very good, nice, calm film. I didn't have a lot to say about it, but if you want to read more of my thoughts, it's on the website, Runnerspodcast.com. I just thought it was nice and very calm, very nice. There's not really a lot else to say. It's kind of like a family gathering film, has some sadness to it, but overall it's a very calm, very, I wouldn't say uplifting, but still very happy, kind of fun film. But yeah, that's kind of, that's this week's episode, and I hope you like it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Brad, what's happening around town in the Mile High City?
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
Do you see the new Denver Nuggets logos? Man, after
It's a lot. It's
Five
like the same one with
of-
different colors.
after 5 years of blue and gold, now it's gold and red and blue.
It finally evolved.
Yes. Did you read? I was reading
Aren't
the
those
comments.
Avalanche colors? Or no, it's the Rapids that are
Yeah.
those colors.
Aren't they just the like '90s Nuggets colors?
No, I mean they are different, but like the big thing is that blue jersey that says a Mile High City on it now. But I remember I was reading the Facebook comments like, this is stupid. It's not evolved. It's just different colors with the same logo. I go, yep. Can't argue.
Where's our musical intro, Ryan?
Oh fuck, we're going around town with Brad in his moped. It's a 50cc, so he doesn't have to worry about
Do
it.
you want a moped? Because you're always talking about having a moped, but I don't have a moped.
I don't know. I just picture you going around town in a moped whilst going to the
I mean,
landmark.
if you
Maybe
wanna
he could
buy
be
me
in a
one?
sidecar.
If you want to buy me one, and we'll paint it like black and red, and put the Real Nerds logo on
Put
it,
a
then
Real Nerds flag behind it.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll be so cool. But keep
like
it at
abs-
50cc so you don't have to register it or anything.
It's like an absurdly long banner, and it just hangs off the back, and then like cars drive up behind and like clip it and just pulls it.
Oh, guys, bad day. Brad died. How did he die? Someone ran over the banner and it rolled up in the wheels and sucked him underneath. It's pretty gruesome. But he wanted us to continue.
He'd want us to go on without him.
Oh my God, that's his guts on the banner.
Yeah, we can't have an open casket funeral. It's a sad day.
But he's always with us.
So what is going on around town, Brad?
The red
Oh,
mixes with the
I'm glad you asked, Corinne.
the black. It's our color scheme.
The drive-in, it's a little bit up in the air. They're programming Incredibles 2.
They're playing up in the air?
No, they're playing Incredibles 2, but they haven't announced what the other two movies are going to be. So probably something really cheap because
Avengers
expensive.
and Black Panther.
Again, I actually think it'll probably be like Action Point and maybe like Hereditary,
That'd be sweet.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Hereditary at a drive-in.
because they've been really like loading up the like adult programming.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet if they did have like a drive-in that just showed Grindhouse stuff. That'd be awesome.
I forget which movie it was, but I think like one of the late showings did have like exposed boobs, so you could drive down
So awesome.
Rosemary there and get a free show.
Hey, it's just natural. I mean, if I go to the Louvre, I'm going to see the Venus de Milo, and I'm going to see her boobs. So I might as well see some 70s horror film boobs as well.
But you go into the Louvre and go like, oh yeah, 18 or 1600s boobs.
Actually, no, when I was at the Louvre, that's a pretty impressive sculpture. It's huge. I didn't know it was as big as it was.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been to the Louvre. I'm cultured.
I know.
You're like caressing the Venus. You're like,
No,
oh,
they
Venus,
don't
the
let
only
you get that
tragedy is
close to it, Brad.
The only tragedy is you can't hold me back. She has no arms.
Yep, that's a
Yeah,
great
okay,
joke. That's a great joke.
Then the Esquire midnight this week is Full Metal Jacket.
Wow.
Cool.
I know.
I guess for Arlie Army, so
Yeah, I guess so. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Comic Con
That's-
this week,
and that's like 3 hours. I will gouge out your eyes and skull. Fuck you. Actual line from the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a great thing to be listening to at 12:30 at night.
It's a good movie.
And then the following week is Suspiria,
Ooh,
the original.
that'd be fun.
I've never seen it. I might check it out.
Being that
It's
tired,
Italian Gallo. I mean,
being that tired with that fever dream in front of me, damn, that'd be an experience.
Why would you be tired?
Because I can't stay up till 12 anymore.
If it's anything like Deep Red, I'll be asleep myself.
There you go.
there you go. It is.
Yep.
But it's a classic.
It is.
If
It's getting a remake that's apparently pissing or like grossing people out. So
Hey, that's part of movie news.
I wasn't done.
You're fucking done.
No, you're done.
Okay, what are you doing?
I was gonna at Comic-Con, the Emerging Filmmakers Project has a panel. So 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. Friday morning.
Ooh, like
So-
first panel of the day. I did that with Aaron Gray. It was awesome one time.
And I think we'll be screening Cardigan Sorrow there. So
Oh, awesome.
sweet.
Bring the energy.
we'll see. Yeah. Yep.
Just saying. 10:30 in the morning.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me right now, not having energy on the podcast.
No, you're fine right now. I'm saying 10:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Who's running that panel?
Mike Henderson,
Nice.
So.
Should be good.
our sound designer.
Should be good.
Not that he played favorites and picked that movie for his screening.
No, they picked it because it's
I
a
was
good
just
movie.
available.
It's an award-winning movie.
It is.
There you go. Best writing, right?
Best comedy short and best or audience favorite and
Audience favorite. That's all you need to
best
hear.
use of prop.
It's basically the Star Wars Force Awakens. Audience picks their favorite one. You know, who cares about those old indie movies that kept on winning Best Picture, like The English Patient, when we really want to see Cardigan Sorrow, because the audience speaks for everybody, not for the critics.
Because Cardigan Sorrow totally came out in 1997.
You're not following my logic here,
I
Zach.
am. I'm also poking holes in it.
So, don't poke holes at it. It doesn't make any sense because it's written by David Lynch.
Ooh. Intriguing.
Okay, now I'm done.
All right. Hey, movie news.
It's real news.
We had a lot of trailers this week.
Yeah, we do.
Did you see the dope-ass Predator trailer?
Was it a TV spot or was it a trailer?
Oh, it's a new trailer, and it's
Not the one with the kid opening the presents?
No, so you didn't see it?
No.
No, you
I
should
haven't-
play it.
I'm
Just kidding. So you don't have to. So it's basically the same trailer, but they get rid of the kid opening thing, and it's the spaceship crashing, and the Predator's picking up that dude at the police station, and then he's like punched through a fucking wall by a huge ass Predator, and the Predator jumps down on top of the car and is like, and it's like this giant Predator. I'm like, oh fuck, it's awesome. Just like that too. Oh fuck, it's awesome. September 14th, I get to see like a mega Predator fight another Predator.
nice. We also got a couple of different trailers, not the least of which was actually Bad Times at the El Royale, which I had no idea existed, but it's from Drew Goddard, who did The Cabin in the Woods. The trailer looks nuts.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Chris Hemsworth apparently plays a cult leader in it, so that should be fun.
Chris
and-
Hemsworth's fun on social media too. He's always doing goofy things with his kids, and it makes me laugh.
Yeah. And then James got a treat this week with the trailer for First Man, Damien Chazelle's follow-up to La La Land, which has Ryan Gosling playing Neil Armstrong, which looked intense.
I watch it and go, oh, that movie's like James's. We can already pick James's favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, game over, man.
Yeah.
The only
Game
question,
over, man.
The only question is who's going to sweep it. Because it will be really good. I can. Like,
That should be, yeah.
I venture.
I mean, Whiplash and La La Land are amazing. So
So. But the big trailer of the week for you and me was obviously Michael Myers returning to Haddonfield.
it's pretty great.
Yeah, I was blown away by how good it looked and how creepy it felt too.
You know, the last little bit of it where the babysitter's trying to close the door, so the shot is just trying to close it and close it and close it, and then he just like bursts it open. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome.
I loved two moments. One was the bathroom stall scene where he's like kind of teasing the woman who's in the bathroom stall, and then he reaches his hand over the stall and just drops a bunch of pulled out teeth, which I thought was pretty like interesting, creepy. Like I like that Michael's having his quote unquote playful side again, which he had in the first couple of them, but then it kind of stops and he just becomes a superhuman monster, kind of like a Jason. But the other one, at the very beginning of the trailer, they have them going out to this big square where all the patients like have their outdoor time, and then they hold out the mask, and it's just every other inmate except for Michael just laughing and like guffawing and getting like really fucking like excited about like something that only they know is going to happen. It's creepy. It's got a creepy vibe to it.
It is, and it's fun too. That Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back, because she's already, one of my favorite. I talked about this a few months ago. One of my favorite commentaries I listened to recently is her H2O commentary, because she's so smart and she knows exactly what she wants to have happen. And I mean, I didn't know this about H2O, is she really fought to get that movie made.
Yeah.
And she went in and she pitched the story. She's like, this is what I want to happen. And he was going to die at the end. And then she approved it. She's like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And then Miramax got the script, or Dimension, I think it was. And then they go, whoa. You can't kill Michael Myers at the end. He has to come back.
Right.
And so she was kind of upset about that. And that's why she's doing this one. Is kind of rebooting it again, telling it. It's kind of like a different, like Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's
Yeah, it's
different versions of the story continuing, because they're not Halloween 2 isn't taking place. It's literally Halloween 1 and then this movie, nothing else.
Yeah, and it's just going to be called Halloween is the thing, which is interesting. So it's a reboot. It's a reboot.
I don't call it a reboot. I call it a sequel.
I think it's a sequel. It's just interesting that they're just calling it Halloween and no other thing below it or anything.
Yeah, you don't need it. The name is provocative enough.
Yeah, and like, I mean, Halloween's always been a kind of choose your own adventure book anyway. So just the way they've done things, and they've retconned so many times.
Yeah, I mean, it's written by Kenny Powers, so it has to be good.
Yeah, yeah. Him and David Gordon Green co-wrote, along with another writer who I wasn't aware of until the trailer, actually.
There's a great article on Bloody Disgusting where they interview Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's, I really love her because, there's a great documentary on the Scream Factory Halloween where it's the night she came home, and it's her first convention and only convention she's ever done. And she talks about how important it is to make sure the fans enjoy it, and she would stay hours and hours and answer questions, and it's really fascinating to see how hard she worked. And I mean, I liked her anyways, whether it's Halloween, Prom Night, True Lies. I think she's a great actress. So.
Freaky Friday.
She's great in Freaky Friday.
She is.
She's amazing in that movie.
And she's good in Terror Train. It's just the rest of Terror Train's a little interesting.
Terror Train's all right. And she talks about how she was nervous because I think she actually shot Terror Train before Prom Night, but Prom Night got released first, and then she's a Scream Queen, and that's why she kind of went away from it.
Yeah, that's when she did A Fish Called Wanda, and then kind of
Trading Places and things like that. So
very much so.
She's a very smart lady, and it's awesome seeing her shoot mannequins and be a badass.
And it's nice to see Blum give them free reign on this one to actually
and sing us again
to fulfill ideas of the creative force and not be beholden to a brand image.
I know, that's why Friday the 13th by them, I'd cry.
Yeah, I think the only reason Miramax is on there is for business purposes.
Oh yeah, it's
because
they
of
own
just contracts and stuff.
Yeah, because I think the production company, what's their names? Mohammed.
It's now Malik Akkad, but it used to be
Malik Akkad, because Muhammad died. They own the character, so my guess, and they're through Miramax, so my guess is that's probably why.
Yeah, because I think Anchor Bay is defunct now at this point, or whatever they had underneath that. But anyway,
I think Anchor Bay is owned by Lionsgate now.
Yeah, the rights to Michael have been so kerfuffled. The fact that we got a big box set with everything in it is amazing in of itself. But anyway, yeah, I can't wait for October.
It should be fun.
Trailer rocked. In other news, the internet sucks again. Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose Tico in The Last Jedi, she removed all of her Instagram posts, so the account's still up, but all of her stuff is gone. And speculation has been led to believe that it was because of internet trolls bashing
Whoa, you
her.
mean piece of shit people that stay in the basement and just rag on someone? People are jerks.
Yeah,
man.
no, yeah. I mean, it's... I love that everyone rallied around her, but that still doesn't take away the pain that causes to people.
And that's the problem with the internet. It gives bullies no face, so they can be as mean as they want to be.
Yeah.
As a dude, I don't experience that, but my wife was telling me, when she's in high school and in college, she got it all the time.
Yeah.
And the people are that way is fascinating to me because, again, it's something you have to be taught. You're not born with hate, and you're not born with saying disparaging things, and so it's really sad that a young woman who is amazing, by the way, in The Last Jedi.
She's wonderful in that film, and she has a great line in that film about saving the things
exactly.
you love. Yeah,
and people are just jerks, and they should.
But I always go to, whenever I read something like this, I always go to a quote by Paul F. Tompkins on his Dead Authors podcast, which is he refuses to read the Twitter handle names of the people he's reading questions from because the people on the internet do not deserve a voice, which unfortunately has become more and more true every day. So yeah,
and to piggyback off that, in my line of work, I do backgrounds on people. Mm-hmm. The first thing we check is your Facebook page.
Yeah,
because we're going to see how you really are.
Yeah,
and if we see anything on there, you will be axed from what we do.
Yeah,
because that's who you really are.
Yeah,
and don't be a jerk.
Yeah,
just don't be an asshole.
Yeah. Moving on though, the page is still loading, but I've read everything on it. Val Kilmer is coming back as Iceman.
Hey, speaking of Val Kilmer, he's also coming to Denver Comic Con.
Exactly, last minute edition.
Yes. So you can get your photo ops and your autographs with Val Kilmer. Are you a big Val Kilmer fan, Corinne?
Not really. I saw him in Batman Forever. I thought he was pretty good.
You've seen him in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
No.
Oh, he's awesome in that. He's gay, Perry. He's a gay guy.
You know, if you look in a dictionary and then look under idiot, you know what you'll find? A picture of me? No. The definition of the word idiot.
One of my favorite moments is him and Robert Downey Jr. are held captive, and everybody knows that he's a homosexual, so they search him, and while they're searching him, he like giggles. He's like, hee. And so the guy leans over him later on, and he pulls down his pants, and he blasts him in the face because he has a gun hidden in his pants. He says, no one's going to check a gay guy's underwear. It's funny. Shane Black, who also wrote The Predator.
But yeah, he's coming back, and also with that, we've gotten a lot of like Tom Cruise posting pictures on Instagram or Twitter. Yeah. So Top Gun Maverick, look for it. I think next year.
Yeah. Sometime. I think it's July next year.
Yeah. Also on the soon to be coming out front, Reese Witherspoon announced Legally Blonde 3.
Yes.
Big fan.
Oh my gosh, the first one's so good. The second one's kind of dumb. But
My sister, my family took, we all went to see this when it first came out, the first one, and we all loved it, but, I kind of moved past it, but my sister loves this fucking movie, so this will be fun for her.
Never saw it.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I think you might like it.
Yeah, I think my wife actually has it on DVD, so I'll have to watch it in, standard def, which I'm not really thrilled about, but I'll give it a go.
Gosh, my computer's slow as shit today. We got more Once Upon a Time in Hollywood casting news. Quentin Tarantino's newest film, Al Pacino, has just joined the cast. So my dream of Al Pacino playing Charles Manson is one step closer.
Saw him in a movie this week.
Really?
That we'll talk about later.
Sweet.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Is that what he says? It's Charles Manson. That's not actually bad. That's a pretty good Al Pacino, I'm gonna say. That's for just never ever trying Al Pacino. That was pretty good.
See if you can do it again.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah, kind of.
Say something
You don't
different.
need to
Nope.
be a little less gruff. a little bit
less
like,
gruff.
I
I always picture Al Pacino super gruff.
Well, I mean, yeah, but maybe a little bit higher pitch. I don't know.
You're gonna come into my. Well, that's like Robert De Niro.
Tex, give me more drugs.
I'm the devil,
There you go.
Keanu Reeves.
I love how he doesn't refer to his
what
character
was
name.
it? Was he saying Heat?
You
come in here, and I'll kill you. What's that scene with Robert De Niro? It's an awesome scene. They're sitting at the cafe.
Yeah, he's like,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
if I see you, I'm gonna do
Ah, fuck.
If it's between you, one of my
Real
guys,
nerds?
I'm gonna
Nope.
pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's something like that. And then no one can see me, but then Robert De Niro's like, and then he says his line.
In addition to that, though, we also got Luke Perry joined in the cast as well. And
He's alive?
yes, he is apparently.
Fucking canceled Denver Comic Con. Fuck that guy.
And Dakota Fanning and
Hey,
James
she's in the
Mars-
movie we watched this week. Oh, is that a spoiler?
and James Marsden too. So who's currently fighting robots in Westworld, I guess. So he'll take some time to step back into 1969.
He's fighting robots. I haven't caught up
I haven't
on
watched
season
Westworld,
2.
so I'm
He
just assuming
is a
he fights-
robot.
I assume he. Well, fine then. He is a robot.
Fighting
Anyway.
humans? Fighting robots? I don't know.
This is something that
Super fighting robot, Mega Man. Anybody watch a Mega Man cartoon? I used to love it. And he'd say stuff like, "Sizzling circuits, Dr. Light." And then Dr. Light in the Mega Man cartoon, and I'm not even joking, he taught like this, "Mega Man, we gotta be very careful." That's really funny. You should look it up.
It's like a terrible Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, so look up. Look up Dr. Light in Mega Man cartoon. It's pretty horrible.
In sadder news, John Lasseter will be leaving Disney at the end of the year. However, it's not so much sad as kind of expected at this point from his recent allegations and whatnot.
Maybe you shouldn't treat people like shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's a genius in animation wise, but he's a piece of shit person.
Yeah, unfortunately. Also in the sadder news, Jerry Marin passed away, who was the last of the Lollipop Guild.
So
from
is
the
that
Wizard of
sad?
Oz.
Were all the Lollipop Guild fucking assholes? There's a whole thing. No, I'm not joking.
No,
you
you mean the characters or the
The
actors?
actors.
Yeah, well-
So Judy Garland would talk about how mean they were to her. They kick her and
keep in
put
mind-
cigarettes on him. I'm not making this up.
Well, keep in mind, Judy Garland was also popped up on benzos and
So
all
that
kinds
doesn't
of
mean she
pills.
can't be a victim of mean midgets?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
She was
her
hallucinating.
account might be different from others. But regardless of that, like he is part of a very iconic shot in film history. Mm-hmm. And the way I mean, he was also in a bunch of TV shows from The Twilight Zone to Seinfeld. He's in that like Seinfeld episode where Kramer's his buddy's like one of the small people actors and whatnot. And he's on the set with all the other small people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
haven't seen Seinfeld in a while,
but
but I remember that.
But the thing I remember him for the most is that he's on the documentary that's included on the movie Freaks from Warner Brothers, and it's a history of not just that movie but the sideshow performers who were in it as well. And Jerry Marin is very open about what it was like being a little person actor in that time period, and like basically like the places you were wedged into in the same way another minority would have been. So it's interesting and very helpful historically to have that on record, even if it's in a short interview. So,
teenage Judy Garland was reportedly molested by Munchkins on the set of The Wizard of Oz.
there are so many rumors on that set. It's so crazy. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying like
It's supposed to be a dead guy swinging in the back of the forest in the
that's
scarecrow
been
thing.
debunked. That's been debunked several times.
Well, this account was written by her ex-husband when he wrote a memoir.
Okay, well.
See, I knew I
Again,
wasn't making that up.
I didn't think you were. It's just like you hear so many Wizard of Oz stories.
It's on people.com, so it's true.
Sexiest
Is People a legitimate magazine?
Remind me again who the
Yeah,
sexiest person of the year was. Sexiest man of the year
Me?
was.
Who was it?
It was some Blake Shelton or something like
So?
that.
Well,
he's-
who gives a shit?
So he's
eh.
attractive. Who cares?
I mean, he's more attractive than your average
Wasn't it
guy.
Ryan Reynolds the year before? That dude's pretty hot.
Sometimes I get it right.
Sure.
Have you seen the Ryan Reynolds where he's interviewed by his mean brother?
brother
What's his brother's name?
George.
Trevor?
I think it's like George or like
It's
something
pretty
with
awesome.
a G.
Should look it up. I think it's on people.com actually. It's
You'll have to excuse me. I was diagnosed with a big case of don't give a shit.
it's pretty awesome.
It's been going on for 4 years.
See, don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. And the last piece of news, though, on a happy note, Dolomite, which is a character from the blaxploitation era, was played by Rudy Ray Moore, and now he's getting a biopic from Netflix on Eddie Murphy, which is kind of fun for me because like Dolomite is like almost like an Edgar Wright-ish film in the blaxploitation drama where it makes fun of it, but it's also part of the blaxploitation canon, like in terms of like it qualifies on its own merits. So, but yeah, so it'll be interesting to see Eddie Murphy pull that off. I like him in
I
Dreamgirls.
thought it was a
so-
documentary.
No, it's not documentary. Biopic.
Oh, he said
It's a
biopic.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So anyway, that's news.
Also, Anthony Bourdain
Oh, yeah, Anthony
passed
Bourdain,
away.
yeah.
Suicide is real, and if you have problems, reach out.
Yep.
And
Also, sad news. A TV actor and songwriter named Jackson Odell passed away. He was on
Yep.
the TV show The Goldbergs.
Oh, and Modern Family. Yeah.
And
it sounds like
he's-
another suicide too.
Yeah, he's actually from Evergreen, and
Oh,
I
wow.
talked to him a couple months ago for a story that he and another songwriter were collaborating on this movie soundtrack, and so yeah.
So if you know somebody
R.I.P.
that needs help, reach out
Mm-hmm.
because it's sad right now. Because Kate Spade also did it
Yeah.
like last week, and it's a real thing. And I think that there's a statistic: 6,000 people commit suicide a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
But
so
how do you help them?
I don't
Reach
know.
out.
Like, what do you reach out? Say like, don't do it. Like, how do you convince them
Just
not
talk to
to?
him. Just talk to
You
them. You
gotta
don't
talk
even.
to 'em.
You don't
It's-
even need to You don't need to broach the subject of their depression. You just make them feel like they're wanted. Make them
And
feel
that
like
they're being listened to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know they need.
that
I'm not a
that-
professional, so
Because that isolation will drive you nuts.
yeah. So if you're ever feel like there is suicide hotlines and there's people that
And
want to help
text
you.
lines. You can
And
text
text
now.
lines, yeah.
Because I know not a lot of people are comfortable talking over
Exactly.
the phone. So you can text.
And it's a tough
or
thing.
chats.
You're right. That's good. Shout out, Corinne, for the texting because.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yep. And hey, movies are coming out on Blu-ray too. Let's pick up this bad boy because there is a movie on there that's pretty. Well, there's actually kind of a lot of cool movies this week.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Zach,
Mama always said I wanted to be in 4K, and now you can see me in 4K. Forrest Gump's coming to 4K.
Nope.
Is it coming with a box of chocolates?
I wish. That'd be sweet.
I was reading the review
buying that
on
right away.
Blu-ray.com, and they said the 4K is not that impressive. I've started to see when movies in the early 90s aren't that great on 4K. I mentioned it last week. Jurassic Park there is an uptick on detail and color, but it's not as big as when you watch Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
I mean, when the film quality is, that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can
there's
only
only
do-
so much you can
I
do to
agree.
enhance it.
I mean, the Patriot looked amazing, but again, that's I think 2000, 2001.
And the film stock changes.
Yeah,
it's
so
it's
I think-
depending on the film stock.
Because maybe the Patriot was even filmed digitally. I don't know. Is 2001 digital?
Early? No, because not to give George Lucas a bunch of credit, but one of the first films that was supposed to be released theatrically was Attack of the Clones.
So was that 2002?
Yeah. So, but the film stock quality changes over decades and whatnot.
Yeah.
So this would have been the best film.
So-
stock
Patriot
available.
came out in 2000.
Love that movie. But I mean, if you don't own Forrest Gump, I'd get it in 4K.
Right.
Eh.
Also,
or don't. Whatever you want.
But on the new release front, though, like from this year, you can get Tomb Raider in 4K.
Oh, I love Tomb Raider. I have this really big crush on Alicia Vikander because I think she's a badass, and and I think she's kind of creepy in Ex Machina, in a really cool way, if that makes sense.
She pulls off playing, spoilers, a robot really well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That movie's great, and I think I love Tomb Raider, and I think it's because I'm a fan of the games, and they kind of followed the new game pretty closely. I thought it was pretty fun.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's fun adventure.
So yeah, but you can get that on 4K, Blu-ray, and I guess 3D as well.
It's in 3D. They're releasing a 3D Blu-ray.
Yeah. It's down here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those happen every once in a while.
Yeah. Also, The Strangers Pray at Night.
Ooh.
Which
Zach, are you going to get that one? And did you like it as much as I did?
I did, especially that pool scene.
Oh yeah, pool
was
scene's amazing.
Pray with an E or pray with an A.
E.
Yeah.
They should make a sequel, and it could be The Strangers Who Pray at Night
Nice.
with an A.
See?
They team up with the
A
with
local
the,
priest or something.
They team up with the Coopersdale clan from Red State and cause havoc.
No, yeah, that movie was fun. The atmosphere was great in that film.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't kill too many people, but the people they kill is pretty scary.
Yeah, it's just the way they're doing it. The thing about The Strangers is that it's always been about they're methodical and they kind of play tricks on people.
And it gets pretty gory at the end. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. That final scene on the bridge is just ridiculously gory.
Yep, awesome.
I do love it. Also, you can get Darkest Hour in 4K. So you can see Gary Oldman's.
Did anybody
gels.
see that?
I saw it. I liked it.
He seems like he chews so much scenery in it, though.
But
I mean, he won the award, so I'm
Right.
guessing he's good in it.
well,
But
also
the trailers is.
well, okay, so it's not 100% him being, jolly and yelling, but those are the good, those are the cool moments. Everything else is intimate. And,
2 movies about Dunkirk.
Yep. I liked them both. They were fine.
Going to Dunkirk.
But we're also getting some Shout Factory stuff. The most notable being Ninja 3: The Domination.
So I already own that, but they re-released it as a collector's edition. I don't think I need to upgrade it, but that there's a collector's edition that exists is pretty amazing.
Nice.
Because it's a canon film, and it's a sword that's possessed by a samurai's ghost, and this fitness lady gets it, and it's pretty ridiculous. The opening scene is this super gory fight with ninjas on a golf course. Don't know why, but remember the one dude gets blown up into the pine tree? It's pretty awesome. And you watch it the whole time going, wow, this is a real movie. And it's so bad, it's really entertaining.
It's basically The Exorcist with ninjas.
It is. It really is. Because it's in a video game, too, if I remember right. It's in the video game, right? And it comes out of the video game and into the samurai sword?
I think so. It's been a while since I've seen
I'm pretty
this
sure
film.
I'm right on that one.
Exorcist with ninjas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Try to imagine that. And then
And it's the third part that has nothing to do with the other 2 parts.
just go on.
That could be a fun game for Comic-Con. Take a movie and then put in some, I don't know, pirates or ghosts or something.
Yes.
Like Pride and Prejudice with ghosts.
Love it.
Well, they already have one with zombies, so.
Yeah, it's pretty fun too. Lily Collins. I saw the Mamma Mia trailer. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see this, but I'm kind of intrigued because I like Lily Collins so much.
Also, Love, Simon is coming out on 4K and Blu-ray, which Henry said he liked, and it got really good notices, so it'd be probably worth checking out. Also, I guess The Purge is getting a 4K release. Doesn't look like the trilogy, though.
Yeah, I can see them all right here.
Oh, wait, never mind. You're right.
Zach, it helps if you just go in order.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to do that by also talking into the mic correctly because Brad's had to adjust it twice in this one show.
Do you want me to, okay, so we also got Dirty Grandpa on 4K, which doesn't seem... Is that a Lionsgate? Lionsgate's put out weird movies in 4K.
It is Lionsgate, I think.
Like Reese Witherspoon's Wild, which I'm sure is a good movie, but it doesn't scream 4K to me.
But yeah, anyway. Also, the sequel to American Graffiti, More American Graffiti, is getting a Blu-ray release.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah. 1979's.
Love it.
Did George Lucas do that one too?
No, I was too busy making movies in my basement.
I think he was just
George, where'd you come from?
I came on the podcast. I needed to get out of my basement to get some groceries.
Well, too bad because we're still in a basement.
Well,
I
it's
think
not
he's
my
executive
basement.
producer only because they're like, oh, it says American Graffiti, so we're going to put you as executive producer.
I think
Leave us alone.
I said you can use my name, I guess. I mean, I guess that's cool.
Is
Why
that
not?
George Lucas or Milton from Office Space?
Can it be both, Brad?
I don't know, said
Here's a
Red
stapler.
Stapler.
I can set the Wookiee on fire. And yeah,
You missed Twins on Blu-ray.
And Junior is
I'm Junior. I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
Twins. Junior.
I thought they'd already been out on Blu-ray once before. Like a
Did
It's
you already
weird.
say Memento?
No, there it is.
Tomb Raider? Did you do Tomb Raider?
You did Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah.
I was too busy trying to get him to talking to the mic.
Also, Mimic.
And Lionheart for Brad. I saw you scan it.
I think Lionheart's next week.
Is it next week?
Yeah.
So yeah. And Sherlock Gnomes. If
Oh,
anyone
man.
cared.
Hopefully they'll show up on Netflix because I need to finish, my Emily Blunt-a-thon, and she's
But you
and the
don't-
My Little
She's
Pony
in the
film.
sequel?
Yeah, she's Juliet. So,
Well,
of course, I mean,
sometimes they recast it.
yeah, she's in it. Well, last year she did the My Little Pony and Sherlock Gnomes because she was pregnant, so she couldn't do any films, and she had to prepare a year for Mary Poppins, which will be amazing.
Speaking of, on Netflix this week, I saw that they added Coco
Oh, I love
and
that movie.
Thor Ragnarok.
Oh,
So
Well, that's
if you
two
don't
great-
buy movies anymore, like a normal person, and you watch them through streaming, you can do that.
Or in like 2 months when they go away because Disney have their own streaming thing, so you have to pay for Netflix and Disney, and they'll keep on pulling things off of it.
Don't want that day to come, but
Yeah, it's happening.
I know.
Except for me, I own the physical copies. I had this great. Did I tell this last week
I don't
about
remember.
Roseanne? So my wife loves the original Roseanne, and Roseanne got canceled because she's racist, and so so it got canceled. And TV Land and everybody pulled all the reruns, pulled all the stuff with Roseanne. And my wife goes, "How am I going to watch Roseanne?" I said, "Well, you should have bought the physical copies, and you wouldn't even never have to worry about it, would you?" Just like me and my jack of all trades.
And she stormed away and then locked the door, and Ryan had to sleep outside all night.
Yeah, it was nice though. It was nice outside. It's
It's summer now,
75.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
Did you make s'mores?
Of course I did on the grill.
Yeah, there you go.
Fed it to the bear.
The Idaho Springs Bear.
We do have one. He comes down and eats trash.
Just comes up to you and goes, "Hey, Ryan."
He set off our security light a bunch of times last year. And one morning I woke up and it's like 2 a.m. and I hear someone trying to get in our back gate. Fucking bear. He's big too.
Just don't do it now because we're under a fire ban.
That's right.
Sorry, when you said I woke up one morning, I thought you said, and I turned over in my bed, and the bear was in my bed. Not again.
Are you trying to do a Tim Allen impression?
And then I just squinted my eyes. I'm like, oh, it's just my wife and she's mad at me. My wife is beautiful. She could never be mistaken for a bear.
And then you threw her a salmon.
Yes. She eats that salmon out of the pouch, and it's so gross. I have this aversion to fish because I'm allergic to shellfish really bad. So fish just freaks me out. And so my wife went. So last week when we were doing the podcast, my wife is, "Oh, I'm so happy you're not home. I'm making salmon." And so I come home, whole house smells like fish, and then
the particles are in the air. You're just
I'm
starting
I'm
to.
And so the next day when I got home and I picked up my little guy, I said, "Kellen, did you like the fish?" He said, "No, it tasted like gross." I said, "Yep, tastes like gross."
Fish.
I don't like fish
creepy
either,
out,
and that's a
man.
very accurate description.
Yeah. And salmon is like the fishiest of fish. You know, I worked for Outback, and I used to have to cook fish all the time. And the salmon, oh, God. Sell so much of that fucking salmon.
I thought they were big on their tilapia.
Yeah, well, yeah, the fake fish, yeah, tilapia. The dirt fish.
Probably cost 5 cents to make, and they charge $10 to.
Brad, 85 cents. I remember that. I remember because I used to buy it by the fillets. And when I was a kitchen manager at Outback, we bought fish from the Seattle Fish Company. And we'd buy, so salmon was always on the menu. And then we had a fish of the day. A lot of times it was swordfish. But towards the end, it just kept on being tilapia because it was 85 cents for a fillet. $13.99 on the menu. Don't worry, you got a cream sauce with it and some vegetables. So the whole plate costs like $1.75. And you want to know how restaurants make money? That way.
And now you know.
Inside baseball for restaurants.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Paul Harvey?
Yeah.
Wow. That is digging deep into radio.
Yeah.
And then
Love
they're like,
Paul
why aren't
Harvey.
millennials eating out anymore?
Oh, dude.
No, that's more of an Andy Rooney territory right there.
No, me and my kid for Panera yesterday was $25. I was like, what the
Panera is bad in terms of cost
Because
for
they
the
have
food.
they have a pick too. I'm like, oh, half a sandwich and a soup. That doesn't seem like that bad. And then I got it. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Oh well, whatever.
It's bad.
He ate it all. I guess that works.
Anyway, that's Blu-rays.
Hey, we also watch movies throughout the week in a segment I call Blu-rays, the best way to watch movies. But if you want to see limited resolution quality, stream them on Netflix at 720. This is what we've been watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
My kid was watching Cars 3 on Netflix. I got so mad at my wife. I'm like, put in the 4K. Because you know what? It doesn't quite reflect the same on the sand. And I need to see all that stuff from Lightning McQueen. I really, really do. Corinne, what'd you watch this week?
I watched a lot, so we'll try to go through it pretty fast.
Buckle up, bonehead. You're going for a ride.
So right before I got here, I've been watching this show called Call the Midwife by the
car?
BBC.
My sis loves
Yes,
that show.
in my
So does
car.
my wife. My wife loves that show, too.
Oh, it's
I have
so
no idea what it's
good.
about.
Is that on BBC, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
by the BBC. It's on Netflix.
My wife watches it constantly.
So good.
So what's it about? Women who deliver babies?
Yep, pretty much. They deliver probably 3 to 4 babies per episode.
Do they get into crazy hijinks too?
They do. They get into
Ooh.
crazy hijinks.
Right on.
The episode I just watched before I came here, one of the sisters went with the local cop to go find prostitutes to teach them about sex ed and not getting STDs, and it was really weird. So, but yeah, it's about this group of religious sisters and midwives, because that's the religious sisters, that's their ministry, is being nurses and midwives, and then they hire other young women to help them, but they're not sisters, and they work in the East End of London, and it's set in the late 1950s. The episode I just saw, it's 1960 now, but yeah, it's really, really good. I don't know how to convince you of it other than that.
I don't think you will.
I think they have just such a strong cast, and I think the writing is really good. It's based on the memoirs of this lady who actually was a
My wife's
midwife
read the book.
and nurse.
I can say it's great acting. I know I was reading comics when my wife was watching it, but it sounded British, and they sounded like they were really into it, so it seemed pretty good.
There have been a couple of episodes that have made me cry.
You too?
Yeah.
I base my shows how much my wife likes them, how much she cries during them, because that means she's really invested into the show.
It's amazing how they can bring on all these different guest stars every episode, because it's always different couples who have the babies. It's never the same couples that you see, in one season to another season, even though that would be more realistic. But just the kind of investment that you can have in these short stories that you only see these people for one episode, and there's always like really high stakes going on.
So is it really self-contained, or is there like a long arc throughout it?
It's a little bit of both. Like, you have more procedural storylines with like the different patients, but then you also have serial storylines going on with the different nurses and sisters. So like one of them, she has like Alzheimer's or dementia. Another one just had surgery. Another sister like left becoming a sister, or she left the order. She isn't a sister anymore. She got married to the doctor who'd been working with them. So that was weird. Yeah, and then like the main character left at one point, and then another one was dating the curate, and then she just broke up with him in the episode I watched. So
yeah, I mean, all joking aside, I think the production design is really cool in it because it kind of like slummy, but shot really well. So I dig it. And I've never really watched an episode, but my wife has it on all the time.
It took me, I want to say like a full season to like really get to the point where I wanted to watch multiple episodes in a day. Because I think initially I'm like, all right, I'll watch an episode. Okay, that's cool. Come back in like 2 days, watch another one. But now I'm like, I gotta see the next one.
And how many seasons is there?
I think there's 6 on Netflix right now. I'm just started season 4.
I don't know, it's not long.
It's only like 8 episodes per season.
Oh, it's one of those kind of...
Yeah, it's a British
They do
British
like super
thing.
quality episodes, and then they're like, oh, okay, 1 year later.
Yeah, and they have Christmas specials, so like 8 or 9 episodes a season. So it's really good. I highly recommend you guys watch it.
Already kind of watched it.
I also watched this other BBC period drama called Poldark with a friend of mine. It is crazy wackadoodleness. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it. So the premise is this guy comes back. It's set in England. He fought in the American Revolution, but on the British side.
Fucker.
And he comes back to his home, and he had been fighting there because he was like a convict, and that was basically how he could serve his time, was by getting conscripted into the war. And so he comes back, and his family's in shambles. His sweetheart is getting married to his cousin. He gets an inheritance from his dad, who died 6 months previously. Like, everybody thought he was dead. So anyway, yeah, it's basically a soap opera disguised as a period drama. So if you're really looking for something like that, I recommend BBC's Poldark.
I've been reading Valiant Ambition, and it's about George Washington and Benedict Arnold, and it's like a soap opera, and it's pretty awesome. So I recommend picking up that book, too. Valiant Ambition. Yep.
It's pretty crazy because, like, from one episode to the next, like, the second episode in, this one lady says that she's pregnant, and then, like, the next episode, she's, like, full term and gonna give birth, and then she gives birth, like, maybe 10 minutes into the episode, so it's, like, kind of all over the place. So that's why I wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
Does it have any war battles in it?
Not yet.
Nah,
I'm only
lost me.
6 episodes in. I mean, like, the first scene of the show. That's it. Because that's a flashback to when he was in the war.
And then it shows, like, the Americans kicking him in the butt. It's like, and stay
Actually,
out.
it does, yeah.
Nice.
So I also watched another BBC show this week with my friend. I introduced her to North and South, which is not the 1980 version with Patrick Swayze. It's a completely different thing. That's a thing that exists, just so you know.
Pain don't hurt.
So this is based on a book by Elizabeth Gaskell, and it's about this girl and her parents. They moved from the south of England, which is very rural and agricultural, to the north of England, which is more industrial.
I picture lots of sheep.
What?
Like agricultural England, I always just picture sheep.
Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment. I didn't see any sheep in it, but
They're probably there. Just off camera.
yeah, they probably are. So
Directed by Sean
Any British show, if you just turn the camera a little bit to the right, there'll be sheep there.
Hi! Get that sheep out of here!
Some Guy Ritchie film. It's like Snatch.
You
If you just
wank
turn the camera, there's a sheep.
They cut all the sheep out because the sheep are racist.
but
Oi.
it's a really good show, and it has our guy Richard Armitage, who is in this week's movie, in
Nice.
Ocean's 8, and he's in it. He's the main guy, John Thornton.
He's
He's
good.
a sexy dwarf.
Yeah, he's a very handsome and talented and charming.
Yeah, let's just go on what he brings to the table, not just his looks. Just
Women
so-
always
Oh,
judging
oh,
guys
yeah.
for their looks.
That's all
I'm
they
the
do.
one over here watching his stuff, Ryan.
But you're the one who's judging him on his looks. I'm judging him on his incredible talent.
And what have you seen him in?
Ocean's 8.
Okay, that's it. He's in the movie for like 3 minutes.
He is, and he's good.
But in this one, I mean, it's a 4-hour miniseries,
Oh,
and
nice.
he's in pretty much every scene, it seems like. But this production has a fantastic cast. I highly recommend it. I think it's 2004 or 2005? Because there's a different version that's from the 70s, and it actually has Patrick Stewart as John Thornton. So,
Yeah. I'm always down with Patrick Stewart.
yeah, if you want to watch it, I think
You
it's
know-
the 1974
Why are all
version.
these sheep
Well,
here, Wesley?
hey, I will say he's a total badass in Star Trek when he's like climbing across the ceiling and going to kick some Borg ass. I'm like, oh my god.
It's weird to see him with hair, though.
Yeah.
He has hair in the 1974.
I didn't know he was like that ripped. I was like, oh my god.
Richard Armitage is in the first Avenger.
Yeah. He
He's
plays
Heinz
the spy
Kruger.
who
Yeah.
blows up the thing
Yep.
and shoots the doctor.
And
He's in the Hobbit movies.
Thorin of
Yeah.
Oakenshield in The Hobbit.
Yeah, I was going to
Yep.
say he's Thorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys just say that? Yep,
Yep.
that's who he is.
Very talented.
Yep.
So, recommend it. 2004 BBC, North and South.
I'll stand by you.
So and also in preparation for our movie this week, to get back to Al Pacino, I watched Ocean's 13,
Yeah.
not Ocean's 11 for whatever reason, but
13's just as good.
no, yeah, 13 is awesome. 12 is weird and
12's
not
a
very
European
good.
movie.
Yeah,
Danny, I need you to come over here and rob something in Europe. Some spaghetti.
Who?
Get Soderbergh on the phone. We got a pitch right now.
I need the longest noodle you can find.
so
Anyway,
Ocean's 13 is it's really good.
Yeah.
And just the cast on that is just fantastic, and it's a lot of fun. It's just one of those movies you just put on and just kind of sit back and you're like, okay.
It's surprisingly efficient, and I love the fact that as many of those films that there's been those three, they've always kept the consistency with their roots in this 60s Rat Pack movie. I love that one of the lines in Ocean's 13 is "You shook Sinatra's hand, you should know better."
Right.
It's solid. And then also I like Don Cheadle in that one too, where he's playing the Evel Knievel type stuntman who's just making a fuss in the office to distract
Give me
people.
my money.
Denver's own Don Cheadle.
Denver's own Don Cheadle.
And I also like how it kind of bookends itself with, it starts with Rusty, Brad Pitt's character, walking toward a job, and it ends with him walking away from the job
Yeah.
in the airport
Fun
after
movies.
the one guy wins all the money.
Oh yeah.
Which I never caught that before, but they set that up really early on when they're kind of going over the whole plan. They're like, oh, I forget what they call it,
The
who's
hotel critic.
yeah, the hotel critic, but they have a name for it. It's like the Susan B. Anthony or something
Yeah.
like that. But anyway, they set that up at the very beginning that they're like, oh, would it be worth it for $10 million? He's like, no, but for $11 million, sure. So then they already have that planned out so he can win all the money.
Yeah, it's a nice, efficient film, and it gets you back on track with the Ocean films because I like 12, but it's a very different film, and it's shot in a very specific European style. It's meant to be an international type of caper, so it moves at its own steady pace.
I also
Is it
like
better?
how 13 doesn't have any of the love interests in it, and it kind of allows for some other character moments that you can get outside of that. Because the different times, the one scene where Rusty and Danny are talking about, over there used to be the sands, and were they so small back then, or were we just smaller? Something like they're reminiscing about the casino world and the things that they learned from Ruben, and it was a nice touch.
The idea that what the movie Casino tries to do in 3 hours, Ocean 13 does in a 5-minute scene about how it's no longer the mob run era. You can't just be running scams on the streets in Vegas amidst everything else going on. It's a surprisingly touching film in that respect. I do like it, and Soderbergh looked like he was having fun making that film because it's pretty kinetic and it moves real efficiently.
So the last thing I watched this week I rewatched a couple episodes of The Blacklist, which I know I've talked about on here before.
In the most uncomfortable fashion.
I won't spoil it for you, Brad, but I will say that going back and rewatching some episodes after the season 5 finale and the revelation of a major plot point that's been teased throughout the whole series, I guess I just don't give the showrunners enough credit just because I see so many of the mistakes that they make with the storylines and how they're written, like her husband and that whole bullshit. But
I know he's dead now.
Yeah,
because he's in a new show.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah,
I didn't like his character and how they had to try to keep shoehorning him back into the action and give him his own little side plot. And
should have been gone after the first season. No offense to the actor.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not the actor. Sometimes it's the writing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He should have been gone
That's
after
what
the
I
first
mean.
season. Yeah.
But no, rewatching those episodes now with the season 5 finale in mind it's pretty interesting and sweet stuff. It's like, even back then they were,
So are they like onward to season 6, or is it kind of like maybe it might end? We don't know.
No, they have season 6 is confirmed. It's not coming back till January. So
I just played footsie with Zach. Sorry.
We're one step closer, guys.
Oh boy. So yeah, season 6, but it's not coming back till January, so we've got a long hiatus. But that'll give me time to rewatch stuff.
There you go.
I kind of forgot how good the show could be.
My dad's already gone through everything, but he's catching my mom up now, so they're having fun with that.
So Brad, whenever season 5 gets posted on Netflix and you watch it, I'm really curious to hear what you think of the revelation in the finale.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Because I don't know if you read it, but when I sent that email a couple weeks ago, I was like, yeah, this is something that I had been hearing from other fans for like a year and a half. It took me a while to kind of believe it. And then I was like, okay, yeah. After certain things happen, I'm like, yeah, this has to be the case because otherwise things don't make sense. Right. So, but for you, someone who probably hasn't heard those things, I wonder how it would stick for you if you would be like, what? That came out of nowhere.
He's going to get so angry he'll verbally abuse James Spader on Twitter, forcing him to quit Twitter.
James Spader's not on Twitter.
James Spader would be like, fuck you.
Like, tell me fuck me again in your voice.
Yeah. Do you think I am, a quitter?
Because James Spader seems like too cool for school.
Yeah.
Like, you try to bully him on Twitter, and he'll be like, fuck you.
He doesn't know anything about social media.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to figure out. I already have.
Yes.
No,
That's all I watched this week.
Nice. Zach?
Really, like, very little. In finding
time
out
for a documentary.
I'm trying to think. No, I did not.
I made him work really hard yesterday, so I had no time to watch anything.
Work. I am a slave.
In prepping for the KJ Appa thing and finding that out, I'm starting to watch Riverdale because both seasons are on Netflix. The only reason I think I never really watched it when it first came out was just because it must have been a time issue, because I was interested and curious of them taking the idea of Archie and the Riverdale gang and making it a teen like CW drama. Because
I always have a hard time when they try to make things that gritty when they shouldn't be.
What's interesting about this is that it plays itself like, and I know you guys are not. I don't know. I'm not sure about you, but I know you two specifically are not like Twin Peaks or David Lynch inclined.
No,
because that show ultimately is about the veneer of a small town being peeled back.
That was like John Lynch. I mean,
David Lynch.
David Lynch mixed with John Lovitz.
Yeah.
No.
Acting.
So like,
I heard the Emperor from Star Wars.
So if I could describe Riverdale,
Yes.
it's like Twin Peaks for teenagers. But it's like, but it's a good thing because it's like it's about taking it's about taking the like in terms of an idea, Riverdale being that perfect town in the comic books and everything from the 40s onward, taking it back and like making it like, well, it's not so perfect, and here's why, and you peel back the layer. First 2 episodes are really interesting. The guy who plays Archie, KJ Appa, he's really good in it. One of the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody kids plays Jughead, and he's like a philosophical, like, downer. it's pretty interesting.
I want to see them make the Jughead comic called The Hunger, where Jughead's a werewolf.
Ooh.
Can I see that one?
I
And
think
it's super violent and awesome.
I think we need to talk to CW and make a pitch.
And even the name is awesome. The Hunger.
So, but yeah, like I'm interested in it. Like they're obviously setting up a season long like story in the first episode and whatnot. So I'm gonna keep going and see what happens with everything. But visually, it's pretty interesting too. Like it's kind of like it's obviously a very gloomy look, but I like the way it's shot and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with that and see how that all plays out. And then the only other movie I watched this week was a movie called The Phantom from the 90s with Billy Zane. Because I found it at my work, and it was very, very cheap, and I was just like, I remember having fun listening to the How Did This Get Made on this. I'm going to watch it again and kind of recall it. And I have a new title for this movie. It's called Lame Black Panther. Because there are literally several different things in that movie that Black Panther does extremely well that The Phantom couldn't even do. If you don't know
costumes,
no, I'm talking about story things. It's not even like like an aesthetic thing. So if you don't know the story of the Phantom is a superhero who lives in the jungle and fights jungle crimes, including pirates and misdeeds and injustice and shit. The idea of the Phantom is that he like everyone thinks he's an immortal being, but it's actually a mantle that's passed down from father to son, very much like the Black Panther.
And he slams evil.
He slams evil, which is never said in the movie. But that's a great poster tagline. I would love to slam evil. And this is the 21st iteration of the Phantom, and while beating up some thugs who were robbing from a cave in the jungle in, I guess, the 30s, he uncovers a skull, or he finds out they stole a skull from the mountain, and if it matches up with two other skulls, it'll create high energy that will...
A UFO?
No. It's not a UFO. No, it's not
I feel like I've seen this movie before.
It's not Crystal Skull. Although, that's another film it could be. Just as good Crystal Skull. Not lame Black Panther. So the Phantom has to like team up with his girlfriend from college, I guess, and try to thwart evil, played by Treat Williams, who plays a guy named Xander Drax. This movie is only fun for how ridiculous it is. I feel bad for Billy Zane because I read his Wikipedia page after watching this film, and it seems like he's just one of those actors who wants to have fun in whatever he's doing, because he picks some interesting projects, like Titanic and others aside, because like he's in Demon Knight and he's fun in Demon Knight.
I don't know if a lot of actors really get to choose the projects. They'll kind of take what.
Well, yeah, they take what they can get, but you can still try to shoot for straight drama. Like in looking at his filmography, there's very little straightforward drama.
He's great in Zoolander.
Yeah, he it seems like if he's going to accept a role, like Titanic seems like the most dramatic thing he's done.
He's great in Demon Knight.
He is, as I just said.
He's great in Back to the Future.
Yeah, he emotes very well as the third person in the background.
He's great in Demon Knight.
He's great in Demon Knight. He's great.
Wait, Billy Zane? I heard he's great in Demon Knight. I heard that somewhere.
There's just a lot of there's a lot of problems with the film, like the fact that we don't know that it was made. That it was made.
That newspaper scene?
The whole thing. Really the whole damn thing.
Just made me laugh out loud.
Really the whole damn thing.
Because it's so shitty.
I watched it recently. I'm trying to remember what was so awful about that scene. I just remember it being awful.
About the newspaper scene?
Yeah, it made no sense. They're at the press or something. I'm probably remembering. I'm sorry.
Please
get through this.
Because I just watched it today, so I don't remember this at all. But no, and it's also as I remember from the How Did This Get Made, the action scenes in that are ridiculously dumb and slow, and it's almost like each actor is giving the other actor a moment to prepare to punch them, so it looks awkwardly staged. And also, I'm gonna lay claim that the Phantom is the happiest superhero in superhero movies because he's got a smile on his face in every damn moment in that movie, it's ridiculous. And Catherine Zeta-Jones in the movie, she plays like a female henchman who is super gossipy and just like very very interested in why Christy Swanson and Billy Zane are together. And like makes it her obsession through a majority of the movie until Christy Swanson says, like, in so many words, "You're just a bitch" or a sociopath or something of that nature, which then compels Catherine Zeta-Jones to turn in the movie. It's The Shadow's so much better, guys. If we're gonna compare the two,
I don't know what the fuck you just said. But you special, man.
Give me the map, Scott. Give me the map, Scott.
It'd be fun to do is if we can convince the Alamo to do like a film series of Dick Tracy, The Shadow, and
the Phantom.
Because they don't want to sell tickets.
Dick Tracy might sell.
The Mile High Movie Roast guys pick all the shitty movies and they can sell tickets. Yeah. Why can't we?
Dick Tracy's the best of them. If we're
Were you going to roast it, or are you just going to watch it?
We can roast it while we do it. Ryan's not in.
No.
We could discuss.
So you're losing the funniest person
Hard
from
pass.
Real Nerds podcast,
Yeah.
so it's already going to tank.
But
What are you talking about? I'm going to be there.
Oh.
Just kidding. I don't care.
Corinne, bringing the jokes.
It's Corinne with one of those like pennant flags going, "Yay!"
Are we done with the Phantom?
Woo!
What else you watch, Zach?
That's it.
That's it? All right.
That's all I watched this week. It's
Brad?
pretty busy.
All right, let's just burn through mine so we can get through this friggin' show.
I can see your phone, and it looks like it just has like one thing written on it.
Well, I was writing down. Ryan gave me an awesome idea because I've been trying to make a drive-in movie. Movie at the drive-in, and
I'm great at giving ideas.
I had this like little tiny idea of like, what if there was like a scene in the movie they're watching and it had a moon in it, and it triggered someone to like become a werewolf in their car. Yeah, it's like every time.
I'm always down for werewolf.
Yeah, they didn't know they had werewolf powers. It'd be a little like Teen Wolf.
Sweet.
I'm sure we'd try to like make this like a hardcore horror film, but we'd not take it seriously and eventually just
like Evil
become
Dead.
a comedy. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
So this week, a bunch of new stuff. First up, on Netflix, I watched a movie called, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Bokeh. It's based on the blur in your photographs. B-O-K-E. It's either bokeh or bokeh.
Bochet.
What?
Bochet?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Those little blurry dots in
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
photo when you take photos.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what's
Anyway,
Ghosts.
it's like the blur of the of a soft photo.
Ghosts.
Anyway, but it's about this couple. They're on vacation, young couple. They're on vacation in Iceland. Yeah, I think it's Iceland or the Netherlands. It's probably Iceland. Whatever was the isolated one. That's like an island, right?
That's Iceland.
Iceland, yeah. And they're sightseeing, and then one day they go to bed, wake up, and everyone's gone. Like as if all the people were blinked out of existence. Like animals are still around. Like the electricity still works. Internet still works. It's just all of a sudden all the people in the country are just gone.
It's a prank. They all just left.
And they just wander around trying to figure out very like gloomy and melancholy, just going around the city inspecting abandoned rooms, trying to figure out what happened.
It was the rapture.
And
was it?
That's kind of the frustrating part of the movie is it's very slow and indie, and a lot of the movie is just them walking around and looking into things and sightseeing and jumping back and forth in time a little bit as you jump through their relationship, because as the movie goes on, you kind of get the sense that she's not into him as much as he is into her, and he is a little more carefree, and she's very much analyzing why the situation is what it is. So she's like, okay, survival. We got to start securing the water and finding food, and he's writing shopping carts through the supermarket, and he almost like cracks his head open on something. She's like, if you die, I'm the only one left, so don't do that. Or if you cut your leg and your artery spills out, there's no hospital to take you to. there's a hospital, but there's no one to fix it. So, we're on our own. And as the movie goes on, she gets like worse and more scared. And she's spiritual, so she's trying to equate like, is it the rapture, or is it something else? They're constantly checking their email.
Truman Show.
Because they think like, did everyone actually leave? We don't know. And the frustrating thing is they never really explain what happened.
It could be like in that episode of The Twilight Zone where they get kidnapped by aliens.
So all of them?
No, I mean, those people get kidnapped by aliens and they're put in like a recreated town or whatever.
Yeah. And at one point, way towards the end of the movie, he decides to take her to this beach house as a vacation, and there's an old man there. So there is one other person that they know of that's still around, and he hasn't had water and food for a while, and he dies shortly after they show up. But again, no explanation of why he's still around. There must be some deeper thing they're trying to explain, but I can't figure it out. And then eventually she just kills herself, and he gets stuck alone, and it just ends.
So is it just the people in that area, or is it people like all over the world?
It seems
do
like
the
all over
TVs still work?
Yeah, like internet TV. Like there's no.
And there's still people on the TV.
There's no live people. There's
radio?
programs.
Oh.
They never do anything with the radio, but they check in like traffic cams to see other parts of the world, what's going on. There's just nothing's there. Like I think they find a camera in Venice or something, and it's the town square is just abandoned. So, yeah, but so it's sort of interesting, and then it just kind of leaves you hanging. So that's kind of a bummer. But there might be a deeper meaning that I'm not catching.
It is an indie movie after all.
Yeah.
It's probably supposed to examine like the human condition or some bullshit.
And the girl is the actress from what's it called? It Follows.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like her.
So then I also got to see a advanced screening of Tag.
I know you liked it.
It was fun.
How was it?
It was fun. It's I think the everyone knows the synopsis of based on a true story. These friends from elementary school, they've been playing tag for the month of May since elementary school, and one of them is getting married and he's threatening to retire from the game, and he's never been tagged. And so Ed Helms, Jeremy Renner is the one who's the expert tag player, and Ed Helms gets the gang back together to we got to tag him before he retires, and you learn about the relationships of all these different people, and how they've sort of grown apart a little bit, and why he's so anxious to get the gang back together before he does retire. And there's just like Jeremy Renner's ninja expert level. The way they portray him getting out of all these situations is just great. Ed Helms' wife is way too intense, but she's not allowed to play the game, so she's constantly cheering on from the sidelines.
So how does that work? If you get tagged and you're it, and then you retire, does the last person who was it is still it, or are you it, and you have to? How does that work? Do they address that in the movie? This really hard-hitting question.
I think it goes back to whoever was tagged before that guy. Yeah, they don't really explain that part. There's something spoilery that I don't want to reveal that kind of answers your question. So. But
he doesn't retire.
Often
stays in it.
Often throughout the game, they'll purposely tag other people to there's this chase scene through the woods, and someone gets caught up in a net trap, and he's the person who's currently it. But in order to get Jeremy Renner, they purposely tag another guy in the group so that he can go chase after Jeremy Renner and stuff. And that sequence is fun because it's Jeremy Renner creates a mind game of a horror film, and it's a little bit like Predator. They
love it.
They'll have the sound effect of how you search through the woods, yeah, and then one of them's leaning against a tree, and he comes up behind him with chloroform and stuff. It's pretty fun. So yeah, check that out when it comes out. I think in 2 weeks.
Yep. I know you like it because, spoiler alert, I follow you on Letterboxd.
And I also watched Blockers,
Oh.
which actually was also kind of fun. Not quite as, I guess, smart as I thought Tag was. But the trailer seemed like a lot of dumb teen jokes. But it's actually pretty solid. These three adults, their kids are going to prom, just like the trailer says. They have the sex pact to all lose their virginity on prom night. But as the night goes on, you kind of realize, like, the mom, it's not so much about them trying to stop them as, like, they have deficiencies in their own life that they're projecting onto their kids. So, like, the mom is a single mom and her daughter's her best friend. And the daughter, like, wants to go to a college that isn't the one her mom went to. So on top of that, like, she's also losing her best friend and she can't let go. John Cena's character, he has, like, raised his daughter to be super smart, but he just won't trust her, even though she constantly makes good decisions. And then Ike Barinholtz's character, he's been a fuck up his whole life. So he just wants to, like, do one good thing for his daughter. Yeah, and then, like, she's gay and he knows that, but she does things throughout the night that, like, surprises him and makes him think, like, that she is straight. So he freaks out that he doesn't know his daughter that well. But she's just experimenting and he doesn't. She's not sure herself because she's, like, dating this drama guy who might also be gay. So yeah. I'm trying to think of any fun sequences. Yeah, and the kids aren't like the kids are good at comedy too, so it's fun.
What kind of a letter grade would you give it?
I can give it like a B+. Like, Tag's an A.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just clicked off my thing. And also, I guess the last thing I watched was Hotel Artemis. Which from the trailer seems like another Lucky Number 11 or
Smoking
Aces. And yeah, pretty much. It's got, like, that.
Does it have, like, the it's too cool vibe to it?
It does. It's like that script that, like, a director who likes action movies, like, right out of film school makes. Mm-hmm. Everyone's, like, all the actors are fun in it, but you're just, at the end of the movie, I'm just like, I don't know why this movie is what it is.
Yeah.
Because Jodie Foster is nurse. She runs this hospital for criminals in L.A. that's currently in L.A. Like, there's riots and there's one, like, gang lord, Jeff Goldblum. You find out later.
So it's all based on a true story.
Yeah. And, like, the citizenry has risen up and they're taking back the city. So there's, like, these riots going on and, like, helicopters falling out of the sky. It's like chaos. And this one group of thieves try to rob a bank. They're unsuccessful. They get shot. They go to the hospital for Jodie Foster to fix them. And then Charlie Day's there already. And then Sophia Boutella. Charlie Day's like an arms dealer, and Sophia's an assassin. Huh?
It's a good cast.
It's a good cast, and they Dave Bautista is the assistant, nurse's assistant.
Do people see him?
Hmm?
Do people see Dave Bautista?
Well, he's always walking around, so
okay.
Yeah, he never stands in one place for too long, and yeah, and it's really just like dialogue trying to be witty, and it basically all takes place inside either the hotel or just outside it, and Jodie Foster works for Jeff Goldblum, so it's like his operation for criminals. But he gets shot, and then what's his name from who plays new Spock?
Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, he's like this, he's Jeff Goldblum's son, but he's, like, got a loose screw, and he's, like, super angry all the time, and so that's, like, the threat is if, like, she can't save Jeff Goldblum. He's gonna flip out and kill everybody. But there's also someone else who played the cop. I forget. So they rescue a injured police officer from who, like, crawled up to the hospital, and so there's not allowed to be police officers inside the hospital, so they're constantly like trying to shuffle through the different rooms, like not let Jeff Goldblum's people know that they're there, or else they'll be killed. And that's about it. Like, yeah.
Yep. Too cool for school.
Oh, and then Jodie Foster has this subplot of like her kid died at the hands of the gangs or something. So she's like checked out and like resigned her life to just doing this. But then she finds out that like Jeff Goldblum was involved in part of it.
Chaos.
It's like, I don't understand how she didn't probably already know that. Mm-hmm. Seems like
the Grand Master killed her parents.
He's public enemy number one, so it's probably him. Yeah.
That trailer for Peppermint looks awesome. It's a Jennifer Garner like Taken movie where her family's shot in a drive-by shooting, and then she
looks like the exact version or like the storyline of The Punisher, but it's a woman.
Yep. And it's cool to see Jennifer Garner like badass again. She's great in Alias. I watched.
Oh, sorry. Also, South Park season 21 came out.
Nice.
And that's a lot of fun. They went back to, they stopped doing the serialized season, although there's like one thread that does carry through, but they're back to being episodic mostly, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
South Park is brilliant.
Yeah.
Consistently. This week I watched a few things. I watched this show on Netflix called Last. Boom, boom.
Sorry, I also watched the Joel McHale show.
Penis McHale show with Penis
yeah.
McHale.
And they always do that every time they mention Netflix. They
boom,
put the
boom.
sound effects in.
It's called Last Shift, and it's about a rookie cop's first night on the job as she's staying behind at the police station. They're closing down, waiting for someone to take all the biohazardous material out of a police station. And so the police station's haunted, and it's actually better than I thought it was going to be because the box art is garbage, but I heard that don't judge it. It's one of those when I go to bloodydisgusting.com, they say, hey, this movie's better than you think it is. And it's and it was. I mean, it's pretty gory, and there's some, I don't know, I don't get scared in movies very much. It has some cool images. You can tell
is it accurate to the badge?
No. Your first day by yourself, you're with somebody. Like, you have to go through FTO, which is 3 months. They just don't put you by yourself in a police station and be like, meh, well, see you later. And then there's this homeless guy who's pissing in the police station she's at. So she arrests him and puts him in the holding cell, but doesn't do anything, just leaves him there. He dies eventually.
Also, no precinct is haunted. Come on, guys. No such thing as a cop ghost.
Do you know that?
Ooh, no.
Maybe there's a pizza ghost. That's my favorite character on Joe McHale show. I watched Black Panther. It's awesome. Wakanda Forever.
So not the Phantom.
Yeah. The 4K is amazing.
Does it make Chadwick Boseman look even sexier?
It does. As the purples pop off him a lot more. Well, that's the thing I love about 4K is not so much like the picture looks better, but the colors are amazing. So the part where he's lying in the red sand just looks stunning. And when he goes to the place where I call it the Pride Lands, where he goes and sees Mufasa,
like the ancestral plane,
is pretty great. I rewatched Black Christmas. I'll post my review of the Scream Factory version of it. Henry's posted stuff. We posted our show, so I don't want to post anything. Kind of let that stuff breathe. Black Christmas is like one of the original slasher films, though, and it has maybe one of the most iconic lines in slasher movie history or horror movie history is "The house, the call's coming from inside the house." I also watched Blackula, which is the blaxploitation version of Dracula, which it's not a bad movie.
It's actually a pretty straightforward Dracula movie.
So in it, Dracula is hosting a African prince at his stately Transylvanian castle, and he turns him into a vampire. And the beginning of the movie, he goes, "I shall name you Blackula."
Yes.
And he
come get your new car.
Yeah. So Blackula is a black vampire. I know, creative.
What?
And it's like, it's weird watching a movie from that time period because they drop like the F word and not the fuck word, and it's really
and the N word.
Yeah, no, they do, and it's like
it's a blaxploitation movie.
It's really weird, and it's kind of jarring because those words. I actually don't think they use the N word because it's a PG movie, but they're allowed to use a hard F. But I'm like, that's weird. And even there's like this part where these cops are trying to find these guys who were killed by Blackula whose bodies are missing now. And he's like, well, if you see one, you see another. They're all the same. Talking about gay guys. I'm like, what the fuck? And there actually is some pretty provocative and scary scenes in it. The ending is pretty cool. So anyways, he comes back and his one love is reincarnated in this lady in, is it L.A.? New York? No, New York?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Metropolis. And so
I think it's L.A.
So she goes there and he turns her into a vampire. And then when they go to kill Blackula, they accidentally kill her instead. And so he walks out and kills himself. And then I watched the sequel, Scream, Blackula, Scream, and he's back.
Not as great.
Actually, I think it's better.
Really?
I think it's tighter, and it has a bigger budget. So in this one, in the first Blackula, when the Draculas die by the sun, they don't show them die. This one, like, lady vampire dies, he goes, well, the sun killed her, and they literally, like, look on the ground, never cut to the ground. They're just explaining that she's dead. Scream, Blackula, Scream's a little tighter. The guy who plays Blackula is really good, though. I forget his name. He's really good, though. The movies, they're fun. I mean, take them for what they are. They're not horrible.
It's a lot more, like, straightforward than you'd think from that title.
Yeah.
Because that title gets thrown around a lot.
It is a long-running joke, but, I mean, he's just a black dude who's a vampire.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty cool chase scene where they have, like, funk music going. Where it's like, doom, 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 and, like, Blackula's running, and then he, like, breaks a cop's neck instead of drinking his blood. I don't know.
You hear, like, a flute going in the background?
I watched
he takes a knee.
Daddy's Home 2. And I really like the first Daddy's Home. And what I love about these movies is they're pretty straightforward family comedies, but then they have really bizarre humor in it. Scenes that don't make sense. I don't know how to describe. You have to watch them. Mel Gibson's in it. John Lithgow. Mel Gibson's okay. In it, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell are now co-dads. And, yeah, it's just goofy and funny. I mean, I think they're pretty fun movies, but they're not.
I like the first one enough.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the second one, but we had other things to see those weeks, I think.
It's not like I rushed out to see it.
Yeah.
It's fun. I watched Jurassic World again. I still think it's more fun than these guys give it credit for.
Well, good for you.
I've only seen it the one time in the theaters, and that's not because I
think it's a fun movie. I'll take Anytime Dinosaurs Fight.
I'll probably rewatch it before Fallen Kingdom.
And the last thing I watched is I finally got around to watching Rick and Morty. It's pretty brilliant, and it's really funny. Rick is Morty's grandfather, and he always takes him out of school to go on, like, interdimensional worlds. So they always go to some different world, and so
like commit a crime or something.
Yeah, and so I mean, the one I just watched, I think it's the 4th or 5th episode, is they go inside some, like, drunken Santa's body where Rick has made an amusement park like Disney World, and it's like Pirates of the Pancreas. And the thing with Rick is he's an alcoholic, so throughout every time he's talking to Morty, he always says, "What do you think about that, Morty?" And then the character will always, like, verp. He's like,
yeah.
It's so bizarre, but I think it's really funny, and it definitely takes a little bit to get going. But once you kind of get into the world of Rick and Morty, it's pretty funny.
Just wait, the second season has a couple scenes that'll actually make your heart break.
No, I'm having fun watching it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I haven't been able to get into it.
No,
I must be broken.
I find it funny, but I also like it's one of many things I've seen too, so it's not like an obsession. I think the whole thing with the dipping sauce thing that they've had on the internet has actually kind of pissed me off, to be honest.
I tried that; it's not that great.
Yeah, no, the show's funny.
Yeah,
I like Dan Harmon.
He's funny as fuck.
Because Community they're putting out on Blu-ray finally, so I can watch Troy and Abed in the morning
in HD.
In HD. So yeah, it's Dan Harmon's fun. It's a fun show. It's goofy. If you like cartoons that have adult humor, watch it. Yep, that's what I watched this week. This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we saw Ocean's 8. Corinne, should people drop their hard-earned money?
Gonna ask me first.
Okay, Zach, should people go see Ocean's 8?
Yeah, I think you should. It's a fun summer flick, like just a good old-fashioned con flick. I appreciated that Gary Ross, the director, kept the style of the previous 3 films in terms of, like, visual aesthetic and tone and attitude, and just kind of
those weird transitions.
Yeah, and just told a different story with different characters, and There's a few surprises along the way, and it's actually pretty efficient. Like in the same way of 13 was. Like it's pretty quick. It's not like drawn out or something, you know. So like I appreciated that it.
Like your explanation.
Yeah. So yeah, go watch Ocean's 8.
Corinne, should people go see Ocean's 8? I went to you second this time.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a niche movie. I think if you liked the previous ones, you'll probably enjoy this. But I do think the cast is fantastic, but I think it suffers from writing problems. Mm-hmm. But Zach's right. It does move very quickly. So if you don't like whatever's going on in the scene, it's not going to be on screen for very long. So you can just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride. It's fun. I guess I would be like John Mulaney and say I wouldn't not recommend it. But yeah, I guess sure. If you want to go see it.
Brad?
So I up until a couple minutes ago, I always said that I haven't seen any Ocean's movies, and I remembered I did see 13. So I was going to say this is the only Ocean's movie I've ever seen, but this is a movie that exists. And the other problem is that when I saw it last night, I was half an hour early to the screening, and I didn't get served until 15, 20 minutes in. And when the guy finally did come by, he was like, we're going to be dropping our checks in like 15 minutes, so I can kind of start one of these things. And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't hurt yourself. So I was in a bad mood trying to follow the beginning of the movie. I think all the people in it are entertaining.
So why was he dropping the check so early?
Because it was like 10. I mean, this screening was a 10:30 screening, so I guess it was like 11 o'clock.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Like he tries like, would you like to talk to him? I'm like, I'm trying to watch the movie. Just fuck off. You guys blew it. Anyway, yeah, they're like on their third strike. I've had some bad times at the Alamo lately between the Deadpool thing and this kind of happened like 2 screens before, but they actually served me. Yeah, and the people in the movie are fun. The plot, I just wasn't like, oh, this is interesting. And then it has like a twist. And I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't need that, but thank you. So it's a movie that's there.
Yeah, I'm in Brad's shoes. I don't think Sandra Bullock's very fun in it. She's not like Danny Ocean fun. And I like Cate Blanchett.
We know you do.
Yeah, I know. She's one of my favorites.
Did Danny Ocean die in 13? I don't remember that.
No, but they made
died.
sure they reminded you all the time that Danny Ocean was dead and that they were related, and that was kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's parts that were really fun in it. I think Anne Hathaway was really great in the film. Again, it exists, but I just because Sandra Bullock isn't as fun as George Clooney, so because I'm stuck with her, and then they have a couple scenes with her and Cate Blanchett, like when she's like, I'll talk about it later, but it just was that scene didn't need to be in the movie. And where you thought it moved fast, I thought a couple times it dragged. But yeah, I mean, it's not like a horrible movie. It's just not one of my favorites this year. Here's a trailer for Ocean's 8.
Good afternoon, Miss Ocean. As you know, parole is a privilege.
It's a mistake, but it happened. And if I were to be released, I would I would just want the simple life. I just want to hold down a job, make some friends, pay my bills.
Even if this was possible, you'd need 20 people.
7 people.
Why do you need to do this?
Because it's what I'm good at. How long would it take you to make 7 pieces of jewelry?
5 or 6 hours.
How long if I told you you didn't have to live with your mother anymore?
Isliit तुम्हारे पास कोई पति नहीं है. Less.
What's your name? Name Ball. What's your real name?
8 Ball.
I'm gonna be really poor.
What if we could make all this go away?
Can I get my watch back, please? And hers as well? Sorry.
It's okay.
I am with my family. I told him that.
Come in your garage. Do you want me to tell you how big the job is?
No, I'm out.
I'll tell you how big the job is.
I'll be back before you know it.
Can I come with you?
This is Mommy's very special work trip.
weeks, the Met will be hosting its annual ball. And we are going to rob it. Not the ball itself.
On the neck of Daphne Kluger.
Valued at over $100 million.
$150 million, actually.
Revenge. It's a twofer.
Do not run a job in a job.
Taylor Swift? Can't we just go to this? Do we have to steal stuff?
Yes.
Is it genetic? Are the whole family like this?
Literally.
If I had one problem with the film, it's what you just mentioned with the Danny Ocean thing. I don't think it really, that could have been just a 5-minute thing at the beginning and that's it.
Well, I don't think you even need a minute.
Not even that. But
because all it does too is she does have the great line where she says, "You better be in there." I kept on waiting for him to show up at the end,
and I would have loved that. But I also like that final moment where
what is
she
George
says,
Clooney doing right now?
I don't know.
Being married,
being a dad, I guess that's cool.
Yeah, being married, a dad, and
He's
running
cool
around the world, trying to make Monuments Men too.
Said no one. Any
said no me. I'm the only one member of the fan club.
Collecting those Suburbicon checks.
But my issue with that is that there's an interesting story to make Debbie Ocean interesting, I guess, by showing her that she's not. It's not beholden to trying to get back a man or anything. It's actually to get back at him, and that's it. That's all that man has in her relationship. While at the same time, she really admires her brother. And that's why I kind of like that last scene where she makes a martini in front of his grave and says you would have loved it. But I'm also not super thrilled with it because I don't feel the film sets or gives me a reason to make that payoff enjoyable. I like it in theory, I guess.
It was really heavy-handed.
Yeah, it's heavy-handed in a film that has been light and fun for the most part.
Yeah, and I mean it's cool. I mean, like I said earlier, I do like caper films, and it's fun, the setup.
And that's all I really needed from this film. That's all you need to do. None of the Ocean's films are incredibly deep, and nor do they need to be.
But you know what I will say, and I think the original Ocean films, I think the cast seem like they're having more fun. This one, it wavered with me. Kate Blanchett's good. I actually think Rihanna was pretty good in it. I didn't like the pickpocket lady. I was like, whatever.
Awkwafina? Oh, I thought she was fun.
Yeah, I thought she was the most fun of it.
Yeah, she was all right.
That great shot where she's tumbling under each bathroom stall and locking it is pretty neat.
Yeah, but do the other films does the caper go as smoothly as this one? Because
that's the other thing. This film,
there's very little.
There's no Brad Pitt eating all the time.
Trouble.
Or
it's almost like a blueprint.
Or perceived trouble that pays off. What makes the first Ocean's film really, really fun is that, much like even the original one, they don't. Danny goes back to prison at the end of the first one, and then the second and third kind of run the same way actually that Ocean's 8 does, where they get away with it and it generally goes off pretty well, and any loophole is kind of explained in their retroactive fashion. But what makes the first one good is because Danny knows all along he's going back to prison. He knows that he's not going to walk off into the sunset at the very end of this film, whereas everything else is kind of predicated on in these other films is more of well, how are they going to get away with it and walk around cool to Frank Sinatra, which is something I love, but I will admit it is a flaw. And in this film, in particular, I feel like the issue that I have with it is that we really want to stress that this is your new group and whatnot. I love Anne Hathaway's twist, but the delivery in that moment with her, even though she's amazing in that moment, I can tell that there's some forced chemistry there, or an attempt at forced chemistry that just isn't working.
Or even just her reasoning. That was one of the things I thought of later. I'm I hated her reason. I don't have a lot of female friends.
Let Corinne talk for a little.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I don't
She's
care.
been waiting to get in.
Yeah, I didn't like that explanation. I mean, it stood up when I watched the movie, but then I thought about it later. I'm like, that was really weak. It seemed to me like, okay, so she's like, I don't have a lot of female friends, and then they hang out for like, I don't know, a week while they set up the whole thing with Richard Armitage and capturing him, but then they all go their separate ways after that. So it was like, what was even the point of getting in on it if you were just looking for more female friends? Like, why not say, I was researching a role, or, hey, I just wanted like $16 million, or I thought it sounded like fun.
Yeah, exactly. I would have loved it if she was just like, I was bored.
Yeah, honestly, I think that would be more in character for her.
Yeah. I just thought she's great as being the daffy kind of, I don't know what's going on actress. When she's crying about her the necklace, and it's fun.
I also couldn't tell from what I remember of the scene where they bring her into the group. Did they say when they told her about? Was it before the heist or was it after the heist?
It was after the heist, but they
Okay.
offhandedly said yeah, she caught us, so we brought her in today. They didn't tell you guys.
And, in my screening, when James Corden showed up, people cheered. Like, they were really excited to see him. And he's fun in it, but it's like his end game doesn't make sense to me. So he meets Debbie in a diner, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I know you stole it. Why didn't he just turn her in, too? Because that doesn't make any sense to me.
I guess he has a history with,
Well, I know he has a history, and he just wants to recover the diamonds, but he knows that she's setting up somebody else. And he's like, meh, whatever. I get it back.
You may just be tired of playing with the Ocean family at that
Maybe.
point.
Yeah.
But also there's both a lot of setup and not a lot of setup for that for those moments to pay off.
They do get all the jewels back, or the Toussaint. They do get all of that.
But
back.
I mean, there's some moments that I really did enjoy. I loved when they got the old actresses to play the women collecting the money from the necklace they broke up, and it's great old actresses, and they're all amazing in their roles. I think the movie moves well and it carries well, but then there's some drag parts in it. I have to think really hard. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but there's some parts I'm like, this is taking forever.
And
go ahead. Sorry.
Going back to a plot where there's very little things. Everything seems to go right. The only times it doesn't is the glasses. It's not scanning, so we got to move the whole scene upstairs so the Wi-Fi can work, so the glasses can scan it. And then they make a big deal about the necklace is magnetic. You have to have a special magnet to unlock it. And then they go through this whole scene of getting Rihanna's sister to show up, and she just makes this thing that magically does it.
Yeah, what did she even do in real? I don't know what she really did.
It just seems convenient. We need a key, so her sister does this stuff so she can make the key, and then they go to the party, and the security guys know that the only thing they can take it off is to have this special key. So when they're trying to track down who stole the necklace, they don't immediately just go straight to the bathroom, because how else would it wouldn't just fall off in the toilet. It doesn't do that. So
yep.
That was dumb.
And there's a fun scene with Mindy Kaling, I thought, at the beginning with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Was pretty fun. But the scene I was talking about when we did this little tease is when Cate Blanchett and Sandra Bullock have the "you're not doing this to get back at that guy, are you?" scene. That scene dragged for me. It seemed really unnecessary. I think they could have X'd that scene, and we still would have understood what she was doing.
Right. I think I still stand by my should you go see it? Yeah, go see it. It's a fun ass flick. It's a fun time in the movies, but the script does feel now that I kind of process it in my head, that it was written by a guy who liked a lot of certain parts about the Ocean's 11 movies, but didn't understand how to write an Ocean's 11 movie. Ted Griffin, the guy who wrote the first one and kind of worked with Tangent on the other two, kind of knew the how do you make this cool? It's not just it's just about how do you write those characters. It's not about who you place in them. You get the best actor in the world, it still may not be right for them and whatnot. I'm not saying any in the cast is miscast, but something's not as magic. You're right, as the first one.
The lead character has to be more fun, and Sandra Bullock is not fun in the movie.
I will say that it was kind of neat to see her little kind of character introduction after she gets out of prison and she does the little shoplifting binge.
Yeah.
Because we never get to see anything like that from Danny, where he does kind of little smile cons just to get by. we see more of like the mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that part was fun when she was arguing with the lady at the makeup counter, and
Mm-hmm.
she says, "Fine, I'll just keep them. Can I get a bag?" And just swindling that stuff. But the rest of the time, she's just there.
I like the line, I got $45. I can go anywhere I want. Like I just like this was actually like I'm going to go in the opposite direction because I'm never a Sandra Bullock fan that often, and this is a Sandra Bullock film that I enjoyed. I enjoyed her in the movie because all she had to do was kind of like just be the ringleader. I didn't need anything too charismatic out of it, and like
she's the Nick Fury. She's not the Iron Man.
Like it. Yeah, I guess to a degree, but like also like.
And how long was Elliot Gould waiting for her at the tomb?
So out of all the like cameos in the world that could have been hidden, like they kept trying to say like, oh, it's Matt Damon and Carl Reiner. I was like, no, it's Elliot Gould and Shanbo Quinn from the first three.
Well, Matt Damon was in it, but his scene was cut. Yeah.
But Elliot Gould being in there, I'm just kind of like, well, I guess
he's a fun actor.
He's great. It's just like like how you could have cut him fine. Like having Yen in the movie, I thought, that's a great moment.
That was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That could have been.
I liked him in the first one,
and that could have been your only connection to the other three, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
See, and here's the biggest problem I have with the movie is. Why didn't they tell the other girls about the rest of the heist? Like the big part of, stealing all the crown jewels.
I guess they just assumed they'd fuck it up if they knew.
I don't see how, because, they do the thing with, like, the selfie sticks.
Yeah.
It's like, we just took a picture, and then it, like, they didn't think about it for 20 minutes or something.
I guess Mindy Kaling knew.
But it's kind of like, but like in the other three, like they keep stuff from Linus and stuff like that. Like there's certain things that they keep from other people in the group.
But at least for like Nine Ball, why wouldn't they have her, play the hacker, the overview kind of person, and like, okay, somebody's coming, like, Sandra, you get out there and you distract them with your German or something.
They might have figured it needed the expertise of Yen. I don't know.
That's what kind of bugs me is like it seems like the heist is so convoluted. And like so technology driven, and like a lot of things have to line up to work.
And she apparently planned it over 5 years in prison.
Yeah,
how does she know about all these things?
Like a heist movie, I like is the score where it shows you in detail, and it's like very like, not digital but analog. Like Robert De Niro has to like get real world application for stuff, whereas like the stuff with the glasses, it's just like, oh, that's an easy way to like duplicate that.
And you have to remember, like in the first one, and even the second and third, like they're predicating a lot of stuff on like the emergence of technology, but not solely relying on it. So they're able to blend the two very well. Whereas in this one, everything's pretty much like we're at the point now where everything's very, very digital and very little analog. So, which makes Yen's scene even cooler, and even like and also with Cate Blanchett like participating in it as well, and just like. Like if I'm gonna nitpick on it, yeah, I'm gonna find problems. But like I kind of like as a whole, I really like. I'd watch it again, and I'm definitely gonna own it as a completist.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like it's more compelling if like they have a plan, but it doesn't work, so they have to improvise and figure out how to do the same thing on the fly. I think it's just more interesting. Whereas this just seemed like, yep, everything I said was gonna work worked. So and better because we got extra stuff.
Yep. Next week on Real Nerds, we're seeing Incredibles 2. Should be fun. Excited. Love the first film. You can also see us at Denver Comic Con all weekend long. In many venues. You can record on our show. I'll be at a lot of panels.
We might even talk about Incredibles 2 there. Who knows?
Yeah. Hold on to your butts. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, Corinne.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good luck with Comic-Con.
Yay.
Yay.